Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this reading, I'm using my Druidcraft Tarot deck. And you might hear some fireworks in the background. This is kind of a special reading because I'm doing it on Halloween night, and I always think that Halloween has kind of a special energy to it, and so I feel like any reading done on Halloween just is kind of a little bit more special than normal. So even though I'm doing this reading for the week ahead, I'm doing it on Halloween night. So you'll probably hear lots of fireworks going off in the background. So I just want to let you know about a Halloween special that I've got on my website right now. So you can get all 6 of my e-courses for $99. So you save 50% if you buy them all at once. And that's just going to be on for a limited time. It won't be forever. So if you're interested in getting in on that deal, I'm going to put the link in the about section of the video just below, and I'll also put it in a pop-up in the video if you're interested. Okay, so let's get started. So I'll do the first card, which represents Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. I almost feel like there's more fireworks and noise in my neighborhood on Halloween than on New Year's, which is kind of funny. Okay, so we got Queen of Cups for Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. And the Queen of Cups, I feel like I love this Queen of Cups in this deck, in the Druidcraft Tarot. She's just so, I feel like there's something very, I don't know what it is, like mystical, very powerful about her. And the Queen of Cups is about, it's about feeling and really making decisions, moving forward, and getting in touch with your feelings. And I don't necessarily mean emotion. And I'll give you an example about what I mean. So if you're trying to get a sense of something, there's different ways to go about doing it. So let's just say you're like in a room or you're at a party, so you can use, your sight. That's one sense, to look around and see who's there, what's going on. You can use, your ears to hear. There's all different ways of sensing things. And then there's like this way to sort of feel into the atmosphere and feel into the space, where you kind of get very quiet and you just sort of almost like imagine your aura kind of expanding. And you can also imagine sort of your head or your mind and consciousness sinking down into your chest, into your heart space, and kind of feeling through the room to feel kind of the energy and the vibration and the essence of that space. And I feel like that is what the Queen of Cups is really, really good at. She's good at feeling into things and really paying attention to the feeling or the flavor or the vibe of something, and being able to sort of go beneath the surface of how things may look or may seem, and to really get to how things feel. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind as you enter this week, is notice how things feel. So not necessarily what you think about something or how something looks, or how you want something to be, but how does it feel? And ask yourself that. So like, how does your job feel right now? How does your relationship feel? How does, your hobbies feel? How you spend your free time, how does that feel? How do you feel when you're, doing those things? So I feel like that's kind of the task of this week, is to really get in touch with this part of ourselves that is able to really feel and sense the underlying current or the underlying energies of things. And then as we get to the middle of the week, we've got the King of Swords. So this card represents Wednesday and Thursday. And it's always interesting to get a queen and then a king, because the beginning of the week is about being receptive. And that's what, being able to feel into things is about. It's about being able to be open and totally receptive, letting go of expectation and how we feel things should be, and just kind of going with what is. And there's something really magical, and I will talk about the King of Swords in a second, but there's something very magical about letting go of how things should be, and just observing and experiencing things as they are. So that's a very, we have that feminine energy at the beginning of the week, and then when we get to the middle of the week, the energy is much more masculine. And the King of Swords, this is obviously, it's a masculine card, but the King of Swords is very focused on thoughts and mind. So the beginning of the week, it's like receptive, feminine, feelings. Middle of the week, you're going to have to tap into that part of yourself that is very rational minded, very sharp, very level headed, and the part of yourself that is what's the word? A strategist. So someone who's very good at coming up with strategy. And, there might be a lot of thinking and pondering involved in the middle of this week. Whether that's about, making a decision or whatever it is that you're working on or whatever's going on in your life. If you're trying to sort things out with a relationship, if you're trying to figure out the best course of action, whatever's going on, it's going to be sort of required of you to tap into that part of yourself that's like the King of Swords. So the part of you that's really good at contemplation, thinking, and figuring things out. The only downside with the King of Swords, I feel, is he's a bit dry and he's a bit too rational-minded. But of course you're going to be balancing that out. You're going to be doing this work here at the beginning of the week of getting in touch with this part of yourself and feeling into things. Once you've felt into something, then, you bring out that part of yourself that's the more rational-minded, thinking part of yourself. And those two can work in harmony together. And then when you get to the end of the week, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we've got the Seven of Cups. So what an interesting card to get, the Seven of Cups. This card is all about the different choices that are available to us, the different opportunities, all the different directions that we can go, and all the different things in our life that we can choose to put energy into. Oftentimes, the Seven of Cups is seen as being associated with daydreaming and almost being kind of stuck in that state of dreaminess, or, where there's so many things available to you, so many choices, so many opportunities that you just get overwhelmed and stuck and you don't move forward because it seems like there's just too much to choose from. You don't want to take the wrong direction. You don't want to make the wrong choice, because to choose one thing sometimes means letting go of all the other opportunities that are there for you. So this is really, in a lot of ways, this is something to celebrate. That you have so many things, so many opportunities, that sometimes it can be overwhelming. But I think the challenge here is to bring in this, again, I want to come back to the Queen of Cups, to bring in this the feeling, the intuition, the sensing, and then of course the rational mindedness and the strategy, the planning of the King of Swords. Bring that into any kind of decisions that you're going to make, because by the end of the week there is going to be a lot of different opportunities and choices for you to make, and you're going to feel like you're not sure which one to do. So that's my advice, is to tap into that Queen of Cups part of yourself and the King of Swords part of yourself. There's something interesting about the directions of these cards. Now I'm noticing the Queen of Cups is kind of facing one direction. This guy is actually looking down, and then we see the King of Swords in the center just looking straight at us. So the middle of the week is a really good time to face things head on. It's not a time to dilly-dally, or it's not a time to be kind of like the Queen of Cups. It's not a time to daydream. It is a time for action. It's a time for planning and decision making and stuff like that, and building a strategy. And then of course the end of the week, the weekend, is about, again, I think it's about contemplation. And the only thing to kind of watch out for is that you don't get kind of sucked into or lost in daydreaming, where you don't actually do anything. You just kind of get overwhelmed and stuck in that daydreaming phase. So this has been your weekly tarot card reading. My name is Kate. I'm from dailytarotgirl.com, and thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful, beautiful week.